Well, in which case, a very warm welcome to you to Showtime 2025, Show 3. Yeah, it's exciting times. The nights may be drawing in, but we promise to keep you all warm and fuzzy on the inside with some exciting new musical theatre. Oh, good, okay. My name is Kevin Jones, and this is not Teddy Clements. Yeah, I know, he's there. And has promptly ruined most of the first page of my jokes. No, normally I would force him to stand up here and we'd tell you all about how we're one half of Aardvarks Can't Jump Productions alongside Steph and Becky, and that ACJ are a theatre production company based here in Southampton, and we specialise in promoting and producing new musical theatre. Well, actually, I did do that bit. But tonight, I'm afraid I did it alone. Oh. Yeah. Again, yes, Teddy is not with us tonight. He is busy over the road working on a new but old show. Except he's not, because he couldn't be bothered to turn up there. No, okay. Teddy is the musical supervisor on Noel and Gertie at the Mayflower Studios. If you haven't yet got your tickets for that, go get them now. Well, not now, after the show, or I mean, I'll allow the interval, but yes, go get those. It's going to be great. It is great from what I've heard. It's excellent. Anyway, filling in his MD shoes tonight, we have the more than capable, the wonderful Mr. Sam Dando. Hey, Sam, welcome. Are you looking forward to this? Yeah. Excellent. Look forward to more of my brilliant interview technique later. All right, down to some more serious stuff. Showtime is part of So Stage Door, which is an Arts Council-funded programme for the Southampton community. The programme includes new theatre, as well as brilliant opportunities for young people to get up and perform live music. If you haven't already, please check out the range of events they have coming up on the Stage Door website. Turn the page. Showtime is a collaboration between us, Aardvarks Can't Jump, the Stage Door, and Mayflower Studios. Hence why we promote all their shows. To bring amazing new musical theatre to audiences outside of London. As part of our support from the Arts Council, we need to collect some feedback from you guys. Actually, that's a good point. Are the QR codes out? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If the QR codes appear, if you can, please scan those. There's a little, quite long survey. Maybe again, do that in the interval. If you can fill those in, that would be really helpful. Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to promise that's the last time I'll mention that, but then I'd be lying. So I'm not going to do that. So let's tell you what we're going to bring you tonight. We have a live band. And we have a fantastic cast to sing along with them, so let me introduce you to them. Please make some noise for Matthew Boyd, Charlotte Haines, thanks, Georgy Laulani Ray, and Joey Warne. I told you I would panic and then I'd get it wrong, but... I have been practicing it all day, and I still... Never mind. We have 4 wonderful writing teams who will be presenting their work to you. So, who are they? We have Sarah Middleton, Eleanor, Isherwood, and Hannah Stone. Greg Link and Amy Williams. Pickering and Roux. And Baroche. Tonight, we will meet... vampires who rock, a conscientious objector and a soon-to-be mother, a single ADHD woman with maladaptive daydreaming, and a Mother Nature who's a cross between Dolly Parton and Chapel Roan with a voice like Nessa from Gavin and Stacey. It's happening, I'll tell you. Anyway, let's get going on this. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage Sarah Middleton.
Hiya.
Hi.
You're right.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Showtime.
Thank
Sorry,
you. Am I near enough to this mic?
I'm standing a long way behind you, aren't I? This is...
I'm out of practice.
I'm going to move it.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
That's a bit better.
Hiya.
Hey. So first of all, tell us about you, about you individually and, of course, as a collective with everybody else. When did you start writing and how does your partnership work?
Hi, I'm Sarah Middleton. I'm a writer. I write I write book and lyrics, mainly book, but sometimes lyrics. And on this project, I'm writing lyrics. I'm working with a composer called Eleanor Isherwood, and I also co-create work with director Hannah Stone. So we have a bit of a weird way of working in that me and Hannah form the story together, and then I go away and script it and write lyrics, and then Ellie comes in and makes it all sound incredible.
Okay. Yeah. I'm really keen to hear more about your production company as well. I know from the work you've produced that you have a real passion for writing about and for young people.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about She-Wolves?
Yeah, She-Wolves Productions is it's a community interest company. It's a theatre company based in Nottingham. We make a lot of work in the Midlands and beyond. We work a lot with young people, in particular trans, non-binary and female teenagers. We make a lot of work for teenagers. Occasionally we'll make work for children. And yeah, this show has been developed with a group of young people called Phoenix Theatre Company. They're our associate young company, and they came up with a load of ideas of things that they would like to see in a show, and they were obsessed with vampires. And as soon as they said vampires, we were like, well, we're obsessed with vampires too. So that's partly where this came from. Yeah.
Love it. So, as you said, you've kindly brought us 3 songs from for our gospel from a new musical called Vamp. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a bit about Vamp?
Yeah, Vamp is it's in development, so anything I say now may not be true in like a month's time.
That's what they're used to that.
But
that's
yeah,
fine.
okay, great. Vamp is about a teenage girl called Baby Girl who, in some way that is yet to be decided upon, becomes a vampire. Either through some sort of magical spell, or she comes of age and becomes a vampire. But along with that, she becomes a world-class rock star. So it's a gig musical, we think. We're billing it as that at the moment. We don't quite know how the framing device is going to work yet. It might be that the whole show exists within a gig, but we haven't decided that yet. So that's all up for grabs. And once she becomes a vampire, she discovers that if she sucks other people's blood, it turns them into vampires and rock stars as well. So when she discovers this, she realises that she can form her own band. So ultimately, the quick way of describing this show is that it is about an all-female, all-vampire rock band.
Done. I'm
Yay.
sold. You kind of alluded to it already, but I often talk here about musical theatre not being a genre of music,
Mm-hmm.
And I think Vamp is a really good example of that. It's got a really strong rock score,
Mm-hmm.
and you describe it as a gig musical. Can you explain what that means?
Yeah. I should be able to do this because I had an Arts Council funded period of time as a DYCP to learn about gig theatre and find out what gig theatre is. I did that period of research, but I still don't really know what gig theatre is, and nobody else does either, which is positive because it means that it could be anything. So that was a big takeaway from that. And this show sounds like a gig. It should feel like a gig. It should feel like live, a little bit dangerous, maybe a bit more than a little bit dangerous actually, given the content. So those are the sort of gig elements that we want. We want it to sound rocky. We want it to potentially be in a venue that has a sticky floor. And I think as well, something that is exciting about gig theatre, in my opinion, is that it feels quite accessible to audiences. At gigs, people come and go, people move around. It's a little bit less stuffy than theatre. So I'm hoping that all of those things will be sort of within this show when it exists. You know?
Absolutely. So what came first then in terms of the music and the format, or the story itself?
I'd been thinking about a lot of gig theatre ideas during that Arts Council thing that I was doing, and then at the very end of it, I did this bonkers thing. Any writers in the room will be familiar with this, but I decided to write log lines because I wanted to come up with loads of ideas. So I did this absolutely bonkers thing that I called Scrappy June, where every day in June I wrote 3 log lines. So most of them were terrible. But by the end of it, I had some ideas that I thought were fun, and a lot of them were about rock bands and feminism. And then I was working with Hannah, who I run the company with, and she wrote a log line, and it was about a mother who gives birth to a monster. And we were like, oh, that feels exciting. That we make a lot of work about mothers and daughters, and it felt like we could bring the gig musical and rock music kind of element to the monster mother and daughter element, and that kind of took us to vampires, plus the conversation with the young people. So, and this was a bit of a weird one because we wanted to make a gig theatre show, but we also wanted to make something about what we're calling monstrous feminism. So yeah, it was kind of a bit of everything, and it all came together. We did a 2-day R&D, and we were like, well, we're going to make a show about an all-vampire rock band. So yeah, it was that. It was weird. Yeah.
So what's next for the show, and for you guys generally?
Next for the show is, we did an R&D earlier in the year, which was so fun, and we did Beam as well, so we did a couple of songs at a Beam showcase. And next up, we're going to spend a week in October rehashing the story, because it's a fantasy story, so it's hard to write. So we've got lots of big decisions to make about the story structure. Then I'm going to go away and script a load of that. We're going to pray for some money so that I can be paid to do that. So yeah, there's some fundraising stuff going on to make that possible. The week on story, and then who knows? Yeah, got to write the thing, basically.
Absolutely. So we're doing 3 songs from Vamp: Bloodsuckers, Fangs, and Lonely Little Nobody. Mm-hmm. Could you possibly set the scenes for each one of those? I know we're doing them not in order.
Yeah, no worries. So Bloodsuckers is probably going to be the end of Act 1, and it is the point at which Baby Girl, the protagonist, has sucked the blood of 3 unsuspecting local women, and they've all turned into vampire rock stars as well, so they then form their band. Their band is called Bloodsuckers, and they rehearse together for the first time, and they sing a song called Bloodsuckers about the fact that they are now vampires and rock stars. So you'll see that one first. The second song is called Fangs, which is a solo for the mum character when she discovers that her teenage daughter has turned into a monster. And the third song is called Lonely Little Nobody, and it is currently the I Want song. So in this version, which may never exist again because we're rewriting the beginning, but in this version, Baby Girl's dad has died, and she discovers that he, when he was alive, had made an album. She has heard the album, and she wants to become a rock star just like him. So that's the 3 songs. So you're going to see them in... Bloodsuckers will be the end of Act 1. Fangs will probably be the beginning of Act 2-ish, and Lonely Little Nobody would be at the beginning. Great.
Amazing. Okay, so to sing Fangs, we'll have Charlotte. Singing Lonely Little Nobody will be Charlotte and Georgie. But first, please make lots of noise and welcome to the stage the whole cast to sing Bloodsuckers. Thank you very much.
We're hot, we're powerful, we're thirsty. We've changed, we're no longer at your mercy. Ha!
There's nothingness inside that needs a baseline. A craving for a name on top of the bill. My cold and empty heart is screaming out for a guitar to give this old dead girl a soundtrack to kill. So what if we suck? We don't give a fuck. We'll bleed you till you're dry. We'll rock until we fry. Bloodsuckers. Restless for the rhythm of the heartbeat. A melody to howl into the night. My emptiness is silenced by the roaring of the crowd, and I'm satisfied until my next bite.
powerful, we're thirsty. We've changed, we're no longer at your mercy.
You cradled her in your arms, the whole world in your palms. She was second to none, your little one. You kept her from the wild. You glowed each time she smiled. She was second to none, your little one. But she has fangs now, she goes walking alone. She has plans now of her own. She has fangs now, your baby has grown. She has fangs now, your little bird has flown. You marked her height on the wall. From tiny up to tall, from crawl to walk to run, your little one. You made it through the years. You banished all of her fears. Now suddenly she's gone, your little one. 'Cause she has fangs now, she goes walking alone. She has plans now of her own. She has fangs now, your baby has flown. She has fangs now, your little bird has flown. Oh, well, it could have turned out different if you changed a million moments, and it could have turned out different if you stepped up to the mark. Well, it could have turned out different if you sensed the shadow growing, and it could have turned out different if you saved her from the dark. But she has fangs now, she goes walking alone. She has plans now of her own. She has fangs now, your baby has grown. She has fangs now, little bird has flown. One minute.
I got to do tambourine duty, sorry.
Shall I move over a bit?
Can if you want.
I feel like I'm on top of you. Let's go.
I found your album in a box in the shed. I played it back to back. I found your album in a box in the shed, and it's scratched but just one track. If you were still here and you showed me the chords, then I'd study every song. If you were still here and you taught me the words, then I'd learn to sing along. Help a girl out, throw me a bone. Help a girl out, 'cause I'm here on my own. And I want rock running through my veins. Pound me up, plug me into the mains. If I could play like you, I could be somebody new and not just another lonely little nobody. I found your album and I didn't tell Mom. She wouldn't understand. I found your album and I didn't tell Mom, 'cause you're sort of kind of bad. I know that I said I was doing okay, but I lied, Dad, yeah, I lied. Oh, I know that I said I was finding my way, but I lied, Dad, yeah, I tried. Whoa, help a girl out, throw me a bone. Help a girl out, 'cause I'm here on my own. I want rock running through my veins. Pound me up, plug me into the maze. If I could play like you, I could be somebody new and not just another lonely little nobody. Little nobody. Oh, I've never asked for anything. No pocket money, a puppy, or a car. I've never asked for anything but what I do to play my own guitar. Oh, I want rock running through my veins. Pound me up, plug me into the maze. If I could play like you, I could be somebody new and not just another lonely little nobody. Lonely little nobody. Lonely little nobody. Lonely little nobody. Say hi to the worms. I'll miss you forever. Your baby girl.
Okay, sorry. I've not got enough hands for this. Who let me play tambourine? Incredible stuff. Please put your hands together one more time for Sarah Middleton, Eleanor Isherwood, and Hannah Stone. Now, we have already... well, actually, before I jump into this, I just feel like I haven't explained quite how we do tonight. So, basically, these amazing writers all give us their material about, 4 weeks ago, thanks, Ted. I'm glad you are still here. We then work through it all, try and work out what's going to work together in a concert format. And then 2 weeks ago, we gave it to this wonderful cast and to these guys. And they've been practicing separately. You guys met on Monday night, I think? Yep. So usually the band has one rehearsal. And then today we've been here since, well, some of us since 9 o'clock, and we have just rehearsed all day long, and then we stop at 7, because otherwise we'll fall over, and then we do it. So it is quite raw, as you can see. It is a bit of a workshopy stuff, and writers are very, very kindly giving us their material at a really early stage. So you may see tonight some mistakes, and I don't just mean me. And if that happens, we might just start a song again. That might happen, or we might start in the middle of a song. Who knows? But I just wanted you to all be aware of that. Right, back to the script, otherwise I'll get fired again. Now, we've already introduced you to Sam, but what about our other musicians behind me? Well, he was so good the first show, and I wasn't, for the second, so we brought him back for the third. On drums and percussion, please welcome Jonathan Ferguson. And it wouldn't be Showtime without him. Please welcome our own one-man band, except with other people. On clarinet, alto sax, electric guitar and acoustic guitar, Mr. George Slurry. Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute. You're only doing 4 instruments?
Yeah, half price this time.
What? Slacking. God. George can play, how many?
Oh, is it 18 now?
18 instruments. And as I say every time, he does that to make the rest of us look rubbish. Anyway, thanks, Steph. Our second writing team are... Oh yeah, okay, good. It's going well tonight. Our second writing team are Greg Link and Amy Williams, and I'm delighted to welcome Amy to the stage to tell us all about their work. Hi. This is weird. Normally, you're singing.
No, I'm just speaking.
Oh, no, it's great. Oh, look, I even wrote that. We've had you in the Showtime cast before.
You did.
And now you're here as one of our writers. So, usual first questions. Tell us a bit about you, your writing partner, and how your partnership works.
Yeah, so I am obviously not Greg, I am Amy. Me and Greg met doing our master's degree and formed a writing partnership. This was born from, we had a project where we had 3 weeks to write a 20-minute extract of a musical, and you will hear songs from that musical today. It's called Shelter. And you'll also hear a song from a musical Greg's writing called The Apartment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, is this the first thing you've written?
Yes.
Okay. We know you principally as a performer. Is writing something that you've always wanted to do, or is it...
So I can't play any instruments very well. I can play chords.
Neither can I.
So I am not George. So I write lyrics, and I met Greg, who had the opposite problem, where he plays many instruments and doesn't like to write lyrics. So it kind of formed a very happy partnership.
Perfect. We're doing 2 songs from Shelter, which you and Greg wrote together, as you said, and then 1 song from Greg's song cycle, The Apartment. I'm not going to get you to tell us all about Greg's show. I think that would be a bit mean. But can you give us a bit of a background on Shelter?
So Shelter kind of was born from, I really wanted to write something historical, and I've always had a little bit of a fixation on World War II. And doing research... Don't laugh at me, Teddy. Doing research, Greg found out that during the Second World War, he had a lot of family that were in the Bethnal Green area. And we found out that under Bethnal Green tube station in 1943, there was a bomb shelter, which then collapsed. So we decided to write a musical. We decided to write a musical about 2 people inside a shelter who maybe have lived in the same area their entire lives, but maybe would never have met unless these circumstances happened. So Shelter's kind of a musical about what happens if 2 very opposite people are forced to share a very small space for 24 hours.
Amazing. Okay, I should probably say a bit now about Greg's show, The Apartment, which he has handily written, and he's handily written something out for me to say, so please bear with me. I know I've been reading everything, but I'm going to really read this bit. The Apartment is a contemporary song cycle written for bass baritone and piano, set over the course of one man's tenure living in a flat. His experiences of love, loss and life are condensed into 5 musical vignettes. Tonight, Matthew will be performing Across the Room. That's the name of the song. You won't have to turn around to watch him. Across the Room is the second song within the cycle. The main character is anxious and nervous in a brand new city and has dragged himself to a party he doesn't want to be at. Surrounded by boring bankers and hedge fund managers, he goes to leave, but then meets somebody interesting, which reinvigorates the night. Ooh. Thanks. After that, we'll have Charlotte to sing We Danced and Charlotte and Matthew to sing My Son. Amy, these are both from Shelter. Can you set the scene for both of those songs for us?
Yes, so We Danced is Annie's song. Annie is the female character in Shelter, and she is a underage, no. She's a young woman who has found herself to be pregnant and without her partner as he's gone off to the war. So We Danced is kind of her first opening up towards George, the male character in the show, and kind of explaining her situation. And then My Son is both of these characters talking about their sons. One's passed on, one has not yet been born. And it's kind of them starting to understand each other slightly.
Cool, okay. I'm going to go off script, dangerous, but I haven't asked you what's plans for the future with this show.
That's a great question. We don't really know. We'd love to expand the cast. We'd love to... It is an actor-muso show. Currently, I am the actor, Greg is the muso. But we'd love to have more performers. We'd love to add different instruments into it. We'd love to take it to Camden Fringe and kind of take it to smaller venues and really expand it out that way.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Amy Williams, and of course, Greg Link.
Thank you.
And please welcome to the stage Matthew Boyd to sing Across the Room.
Yeah. You all right? You all right? Yeah. Just to be clear, this is not the one from World War II. The end. Never wanted to come to this party, but they all say, just get back out there. Everyone who's here is massively boring. They all just work in stocks and shares. Then I see your face with a great big smile in a cool vintage dress. I should have ironed my shirt, I'm such an obvious flirt. I just want to say, could your story ever twist into mine, to shape a new life where all things align? And I know I'm not that hipster, cool or tough. In a sea full of faces, all I see is you. Am I enough across the room? Come back down to earth, you tool. Play it cool and don't be a fool. Just one step at a time. Just smile and be yourself. Like a movie scene, shed our hopes and dreams, and the world melts away. Drank cheap red wine, but I'm feeling fine. I just wanna say, could your story ever twist into mine, to shape a new life where all things align? And I know I'm not that hipster, cool or tough. In a sea full of faces, all I see is you. Am I enough across the room? My someone across the room. You're someone across the room. Our someone across the room.
took my hand, he said, I'm John. I smiled, I'm Annie. He said, there's a woman I'm going to marry. He was leaving, we both knew, but we were young. And we danced all summer long. And we danced the whole night through. And we danced, the hours they flew. And we danced, and one became two. Took a chance and fell for you. I fell for you. The world is changing, peace is rearranging, while he left me here alone. Here while apart from him, while I'm apart from him, here as the war rages on. People are dying, is it even worth it? We living underground while they storm the surface. A man who's alive, and yet I am grieving. A child I didn't know that I might have needed. It was the summer of 42. I was lying next to you. One touch, a kiss, and you were gone. A soldier who gave me a summer and left me a son.
I have a memory. You weren't more than 4 or 5, my little boy. My firstborn child, a memory of the birds in the sky. You said, how can that be me? Oh, if only then I'd know. Oh, the man you could have grown into from the little boy I knew. Oh, my son, the memories that we made. Oh, my son, the darkest times will fade. A life cut short, what's it all for? Could I have done any more? Oh, my son, I'll see your face one day.
If you always stayed this small, could I protect you from it all? And if you ever grow to know the way the world could swallow you whole, you'll keep my heart, and I'll keep all my promises. I'll keep you safe, and hope that you'll remember this. How could I not have known? The joy to watch you grow into a man just like the one I knew. Oh, my son, the memories that we'll make. Oh, my son, the darkest times will face. An open door, could I have done any more? Oh, my son, I'll see your face one day. Oh, my son, the memories that we make. Oh, my son, the darkest times will fade. A life cut short, what's it all for? Could I have done any more? Oh, my son, I'll see your face one day.
Well, that's it. We've already reached the end of Act 1. I know. First half always goes really quick. Don't you worry, though. We will be back in 20 minutes with more incredible new musical theatre and, dum dum dum, a special announcement about our final show of 2025. Ooh. A bit more ooh, but that's fine. There we go, right. Go have some drinks, tell the writers they're amazing, and please, 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 if the QR codes are out, fill out those surveys, and we will see you in 20 minutes. Thank you very much. I'm going to tentatively ask this question. Did you all fill in the surveys yet? Have we got... Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I am genuinely sorry to keep asking, but we are so very lucky to have support from Arts Council. Sarah mentioned Arts Council earlier when she was talking there. Getting them to fund things is quite rightly difficult, and we're very, very grateful for them doing that for this. And we want to keep doing these. And we just want to keep supporting writers as much as we possibly can. So if you can fill that in, it makes them think that we're great, even if we're not. Anyway, I've got to that part of the show. As people who have been here before will know, it's called Kev's Soapbox. Dun dun. I really actually struggled to write something for this part of the show this time. I feel like I've prattled on a lot each time, and I end up saying basically the same thing. But you're already here. You're already supporting new writing, so it's like preaching to the converted, really. I know, though, that there are probably a fair few of you who are here mainly to support a friend, whether they are in the cast or a writer. Thank you, firstly, for showing that support, but I really hope that you get to see from this that actually there is a lot to offer out there that is really worth seeing. There was a common saying banding about when Hamilton came over here. Where is the UK Hamilton? Who is the UK Lin-Manuel Miranda? Personally, I think variety is the spice of life. So I don't want a UK Lin-Manuel. I want loads of them. I don't want to see a monopoly controlled by a handful of rich men. I want to see new writing about interesting, deep, or light and funny subjects filling our theatres. I want to see different genres of music used, different and exciting staging. I'm all right with revivals and restaging. I'm okay with the odd jukebox musical. But what I don't like is when they're the majority and the new and innovative is the minority. It seems so simple and quick to put on a show like that, or like a jukebox. And in the grand scheme of things, it all feels a bit worthless. A brand new, exciting show is always talked about more, I think, than a revival or a jukebox. So those shows are popular, but it's cheating. In times of financial difficulties, producers will take the easy route to making money. Revive an old hit, create a show with music from a pop megastar, or arguably worse still, get a pop megastar with no experience in musical theatre to write a score for an already dubious story, then put on another pop star to sing it. The argument is it always sells tickets. Sure, but are we better off? New shows, truly given the chance to develop, also sell tickets, often in droves. People come out for those shows feeling changed. Hey, they don't all work, I know. But we have to give space and investment to our career writers here in the UK to be able to create a whole new bunch of new UK Hamiltons. Now, here comes your part. Producers will produce what they think the public want to see. You can help guide that. First of all, talk to other people about what you have seen here. Encourage them to try something new. Maybe post a little something online. That's up to you. If lots of people start talking about new musicals, producers will eventually have to listen. Secondly, go and see more new stuff. What you're seeing tonight is really early stages, but there are new musicals, usually surviving on a tiny budget, being produced, desperately needing audiences. Like I've said, I can't guarantee everything is going to be brilliant. Even Lin will have written some stinkers early in his career, I'm sure. But there will be some real golden gems that you'll be so glad you got to witness. And your support will mean that they might be able to afford to go to the next stage, and the next, and the next, and then who knows? Maybe you saw and helped the next UK Hamilton. As I say, every time, thank you for being here to celebrate the new and exciting. Please continue to take risks and try new things. All right, enough from me. I'm delighted to say that our next writers are from Southampton. Hooray! Please give it up for Jennifer LaRue and Will Pickering. I need a drink after that, sorry.
I have that effect.
It's here just in case I need notes.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us. First things first, happy birthday, Jen. So same first questions as I did for everybody else. Tell us about you both. When did you start writing, individually and together, and what inspired you to start, and what are your main influences?
Yeah, well, we met last year after a Showtime, actually, at the bar downstairs. And I just started rambling on, as I do, about my little TV show, Glitterbox, same shit, different show, and how ridiculous the songs were. And Will liked the sound of that, so we started talking about making them happen. Yeah, you haven't got a mic. So I've been writing since college, actually. So Julianne and I won't say the year, don't worry, Julianne. We were at college together, at Performing Arts College, and I wrote a play that she put on. She chose mine, and she was the director. And it's the first time I sat in an audience, and everyone was laughing at my words. And quite honestly, today I had a bit of an emotional moment because I realised I knew then that's what I wanted to do, and yet I didn't. I went off. I was undiagnosed ADHD. I didn't have any clue what was going on, but I clearly was building stories. Maybe that's what I knew I had to do, was collect stories. But I went all over the show. I mean, I was a hippo one moment at Hamley's Toy Store, and I was a pig tribute, and I was... Honestly, the stories are endless, but they're brilliant material. So yeah, today was really a big moment for me, because I wrote those 2021. I'm just about diagnosed ADHD on my own in my Brighton co-working space, looking at the sea, pissed on rum, to be honest. And I couldn't go home because I couldn't drive home, and so I just wrote this entire script in one night.
Amazing. So your show is Glitterbox, same shit, different show.
Yes.
Which started life as a TV pilot. What made you want to convert the story into a stage musical?
Well, it started in the stage, so I grew up in the theatre, as they say. So I was in a lot of pantomimes and theatre, and I was always on stage. So the theatre, and seeing my mother on stage as well, she was an actress, so it's always been where I started. And honestly, the film industry right now and the TV industry is not doing great. It had major channel interest. It got read by people you wouldn't expect to get as far as, but they couldn't quite fit it in a box or put it in a schedule. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought about how this would be so beautiful in the theatre. And then I met Will, and we just started talking, and I realised that's what my home is, the theatre.
So what's your process when you convert a TV script to a musical? How does that process work?
Hope for the best, do a showcase, and hope that we work it all out from there. That's pretty much it, if I'm honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, Will, going to make you speak
yes.
now. How do you fit...
Hello.
Will, why are you here? No.
I don't know.
How do you fit into this process? So no, sorry, that is the question. How do you fit into this process?
Yeah, I ask that question every day. So Jenny comes up with the story and the characters and what each song is doing, and then I'll get a little voice note, won't I?
Yes.
Which will be great. Which will be like, I'm just about to go into the shower. Oh, don't mind the dogs in the background, that kind of thing. I'll be like, ah. So I see my role more as kind of like translator.
Yes.
From there to kind of reality, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is always fun. And yes, and I kind of do that. So it's more the almost like, okay, I love naval stuff. So imagine a ship. We've got the captain on the bridge. I'm in the engine room going like, what the hell does full steam ahead mean? And then I kind of like do that. And so that's how that works. And eventually we end up, and it's not the Titanic, which is great.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes up like that. So it's, so I'm kind of the mechanic down at the bottom with a spanner that doesn't quite fit any of the bolts. But it's great.
I think it's pretty
eventually.
So what stage... Wow.
Sorry.
So what stage are you at now, and what are you hoping for with the future of the show?
So we're at the stage of making the music happen, but honestly, as we're going, it's because it was an episode. So Same Shit, Different Show is the name of the first episode. So I have a series Bible, I have the whole story mapped out, but in a series, like it was supposed to be 10 episodes. So it's really taking that back down and going, okay, so what are we actually going to cover in the musical? What acts are going to cover what? I mean, the characters really are at the centre of anything I write anyway. It's all about the characters and where they go next. They come alive when I write. So one of the songs tonight that's going to be shown was one that's been in my head for a very long time that was not in that episode, but it ended up coming into fruition, and I'm so happy with it. And that's inspired me to lean towards the kind of dating realm and the swiping, and you know, because I'm having that experience now in my 40s, single. It's freaking awful out there. So that experience of the swipe and the ghosting and the gaslighting and the which single status are you, I think might come into play.
Amazing. So I think we've probably guessed from what you're saying, and we like this. Are we right in saying that we've got some world exclusives here? They've never been heard before.
Absolutely. They've just been in here.
Yeah. We like an exclusive.
And WhatsApp.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so for this performance, we'll have the whole cast on stage for The Train's Delayed. Then Charlotte and Georgie will perform If Only I Was Her. And then Charlotte and Joey will return for The Unexpected 2. Can you tell us about each of these songs?
Excuse the glasses.
Maybe not the last
They're
one.
temporary replacements. Which one's first?
The Train's Delayed.
Train's Delayed, right. Train's Delayed is probably the lighted-hearted of them, but it's a flashback to her corporate life. So she's just escaped corporate London, thinks she's been saved in the glitter of Brighton, and it turns out that all the companies there are just a shit rolled in glitter. That's the general vibe. So the Train's Delayed is a flashback to her corporate day. She's first day at work, and she gets that dreaded announcement that the train's delayed. So it's just a very silly, light-hearted moment between her and the passengers, and there's a bit of drama that comes about during that moment. And then we've got If Only I Was Her. Mm-hmm. If Only I Was Her kind of reveals that even if you're close friends with someone, you don't quite reveal everything. So there's a lot of jealousy there. She's upstairs getting ready and they're late for an important client yoga session on the beach. Robin's hungover, she can't find anything to wear, she doesn't do yoga. And Sarah's Miss Perfect, she's there in her prim yoga gear downstairs. And there's a dildo that features heavily in this episode. It's actually a sentimental gift she received from her dead aunt. Who enjoyed embarrassing her in front of her family and gifted it to her, and she keeps it on a nightstand to remember her aunt. And in the throes of being annoyed with her friend Sarah, she throws the dildo down and it hits her in the face. And the song starts with Sarah, Miss Perfect, holding the dildo. I did not bring the dildo, it could not make it this evening, I'm sorry. So that's that one. And then we have, what was the other one? We have The Unexpected 2. Now, I'm not going to tell you what this is about. But I am going to say it's a Tinder swipe, and they have an unexpected urge in common, which leads to unexpected events.
So unexpected. Okay, thank you so much, Pickering and Roux. Please welcome the whole cast to sing The Train's Delayed.
Do you need one?
That's all right, I love it. We are currently experiencing minor delays as we can't find the driver of the train in front. No, I'm not making this up.
My mind is racing. I don't know what to do. What's this I'm facing? I'm busting for the loo. Fuck, should I just ring them and say I'm gonna be late? I just don't know. I just don't know.
You could just email.
Yeah, tell them where I'm at, but let's be real now. They won't give a crap, it doesn't matter. Why I show up late, I'm still too late. I'm just too late.
It's just too late.
No matter what I say to them, they'll just tut and sigh. We may as well just wait around, settling for the ride. The train's delayed. We're all fucked either way. The train's delayed. I'm late on my first day.
It's her first day.
We're all fucked either way. The train's delayed.
I think my job anyway.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
He works for me.
so appealing. It's so while since I held a man so tight, and it's so hard to live up to Sarah. Her perfect world just makes me feel so small. She has it all I need to be me. If I was her, I'm sure I'd be happy. If only I was her. There's nothing worse than feeling so lonely, even though he's sleeping to your right. At night, he's so far, it's so tight. I need a bra, they hang down so far. Is that my car? I can't believe she's trying for a baby. I bet her baby bump will sit just right. What's the point in trying to be seen? I wish I had the time to be just me. Maybe then my husband would see me, desire me, devour me. Whole, what I'd give to feel whole. There must be something more than disappointment, unfulfillment, feeling lost and losing myself along the way. When, oh when, will anything just be okay? Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Oh.
Hi.
Okay. There's something beautiful about this moment. You're everything I dreamed, imagined, foreseen, and I know this is one of those moments. You've walked me to my door, but there's something I'm hiding and I can't hide it anymore. These feelings inside, they stir, they rise and fall. I need to go now, although you're lovely, I'm sure. There's an unexpected poo. I'm busting for the loo. I had no idea that I had diarrhea. It's an unexpected poo.
Right, yes, that is tricky, but I have something to tell you too.
Oh, okay, well, anything, but can you be quick? Because you know.
I've got an unexpected poo. Yeah, I'm busting for the loo. We had no idea that we had diarrhea. It's an unexpected poo for two.
Oh, wow, well, okay, do you want to come up for?
Oh, sure. You go first.
Oh, such a gent. An unexpected poo. Once I go, you can go too. Who knew what diarrhea could bring us both up here? It's an unexpected poo.
You good?
Yeah, it's your turn now. Tea?
Sure.
One sugar?
2.
I have to say, Mr. Eddie, wasn't expecting to be ready, but now we're both running on empty. Do you want to get comfy in my beddie?
Don't mind if I do. Nice loo, by the way.
Thanks. We're the unexpected two, bonding over doing a poo. IBS can be stressed, but together it's as if an unexpected poo. An unexpected poo. We were busting for the loo. We had no idea that we had diarrhea. We're the unexpected two. Yep, right now.
Oh, yeah.
Go that way a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's perfect. unexpected.
Just in case you were wondering, yes, that did just happen. Wow. Thank you again, Pickering and LaRue. Now we've come to our final writer of the night. I am very pleased to welcome to the stage Baroche. Hi. Hi. Hi, Ree.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being here. So, as per everyone else, please tell us about you. When did you start writing? Who do you work with, if anyone? And what got you into musical theatre writing?
I'm just going to condense all those questions
it's a lot,
into
isn't
one
it?
answer.
I get told off for that question because I put too much into it, but I don't care.
It's all good. So I'm Ree, so I'm a writer, musician, theatre maker, and I kind of feel I got into theatre, musical theatre through the back door. I've been a musician for a long time, I've written songs for a long time, I've been a writer for a long time, and I just hadn't really put them together till probably, I don't know, like over COVID, I think was the first time I sort of started to write a musical. We all tried to do new things that was, in that time. And I found that it was the perfect space for me that I needed all this time, because I just think, as someone who kind of ironically grew up, I feel this is very sacrilege to say, when I was a kid I hated musical theatre with a passion. I know, I'm so sorry. But I've been redeemed, and I just kind of realised it's the place where it's all about good storytelling through music, and I just kind of became obsessed. And so I kind of do the writing and the music and all of it, because apparently I have no friends. But I am really blessed to work with amazing musicians. Some of the songs you can hear tonight, I worked with a really amazing local composer called Ricky Tart. I don't know if I've answered all your questions. I hope I have.
I think you did, yeah.
I hope I have.
Ricky Tart is big, we're big fans of Ricky Tart here. Today we're presenting 3 songs from your show, Call Me Mother Nature. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Call Me Mother Nature is a musical comedy about climate change, because I give the people what they want. And so essentially it takes place in an imagined government department called the Ecosystem Service, which the kind of phrase kind of came to me because I was very lucky with the show to work with some amazing scientists from the University of Southampton, and I was chatting with one of them, and he came up with this phrase, Ecosystem Service, which, if you don't know, in biodiversity, everything hopefully works within an ecosystem service, whether it is kind of the bugs crawling on the ground, the trees, or indeed human beings. So kind of imagine that as a place where a department which is designed to solve all the problems to do with climate change and connect humans with nature. So we kind of start our story on the annual conference of the Ecosystem Service, and giving the keynote speech is none other than Mother Nature herself. We kind of imagine as a cross between Dolly Parton, Chappell Roan, as if voiced by Nessa from Gathering and Stacey, obviously. And rather than talking for an hour, she's like, I'm going to show you something. And she shows her vision for the future, 2 possible visions for the future where either we solve climate change or we don't. And then she brings on 4 actors to another world. And then things don't quite go to plan. They kind of go off script, as it were. So she has to go into the story. And then kind of an uprising occurs from a billionaire child, billionaire. Yes, it's a pun, you're welcome. And she basically takes control of the situation. Mother Nature's removed, and they take control of the Ecosystem Service. So humans are in control of the story, and that doesn't quite go as planned. So it's kind of trying to bring humour to the topic of climate change through music, if that's at all possible.
I think you've probably answered my next question, but so obviously you're passionate about writing about social issues, and this one obviously is climate change. What drove you to want to write this particular show?
That's a good question. I think I'm really a passionate believer that there's no subject that's off limits, especially subjects that feel really taboo, that we feel like too scary, don't want to talk about. Or the last show I did was a show that was about gender and quantum physics, so I tested the waters there, and it was like, do a musical comedy about climate change? And obviously it's an issue that's at the forefront of everybody's minds. We know it's important, but we feel it's insurmountable. And I think that's that kind of the point where you bring in the musical comedians, you know, because you know, you need a space to be able to kind of feel reconnected with something and have a laugh and kind of come out of yourself, but also feel inspired. And I feel musical theatre is a perfect space for doing that. And also, conveniently, I don't know if you know this, a fact of the evening, you can learn things 8 times faster if you set it to music, which is why you can't get the jingles from your childhood out of your head. So kind of combining music and comedy with climate change, I thought this feels like a really good way into the subject, and especially if you bring the surreal nature, the silliness, the idea of how we cast Mother Nature and the other characters in the show to make them these kind of big characters that make you feel like it's not so scary anymore, and that we already know all the answers, you just need to be reminded of them. So that's kind of where the passion came from.
So what stage are you at? Where, and what are you hoping for the future of the show?
So we were really lucky earlier this year to have some funding to do an R&D. We had some support from Mayflower Studios and the University of Southampton. We're now kind of like finalising the script and looking to tour it from spring, summer next year. And I was emailing Julianne earlier this week, and we're going to be bringing it to the stage door at the end of May. You can't buy tickets yet, so don't come running at me at the end. But yeah, we're going to take it on tour and then look to sort of expand the show over the course of the next year.
Amazing, that's really cool. So we're doing, just like everybody else, that'll be Georgie singing that, and then Joey will sing Strawberries and Cream, and finally we'll have the whole cast back to close the show with Digging On Me, which is a bop. I'm just going to say that now. Can you set up those songs for us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first song you hear that Georgie's going to sing for us is our character Billy O'Nair's kind of like torch song, as you were. She's working in the call centre of the Ecosystem Service in our kind of quote-unquote dystopian future, you know, getting 1 million calls a day, feeling very disconnected from her kind of opulent past, you know, kind of living as the child of a billionaire. And she's just going through the motions, and she gets a call from someone who's saying that there's a tree in her garden that's destroying all the other trees. It's kind of sucking up all the nutrients. And this reminds her of her father. And she kind of is going on a bit of a tangent. It's kind of a window into her soul, like kind of where she feels she should be, where she is, kind of what she wants, and kind of the state of the play that she finds herself in. And then Strawberries and Cream is a song where kind of we're closer to the end of the kind of narrative, and the Ecosystem Service under the sort of stewardship of our sort of human characters has completely gone to shit, and they're feeling all kind of, you know, they need some kind of unity, and they're all sort of trying to remember the last time they felt there was sort of optimism, you know, and kind of for me the crystallizing image for that was a plate of strawberries and cream in the sun. And then to finish off, we've got Digging On Me, which is kind of Mother Nature's calling card song, kind of her introduction to the audience at the Ecosystem Service, the relationship between humans and nature over the years, and hopefully kind of gives a bit of an introduction to her kind of playful character, where, you know, she's kind of saying that, like, I love you guys are great, but you guys are fucked up really bad, you know, but we can fix this, it's all right. And so it's kind of a bit of an earworm of the musical, sort of a bit of a recurring sort of motif. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Baroche.
Thank you.
That's me. I'm done. That's the end of my bit of the script. Please welcome the cast.
Yeah, we worked that out a little while ago. Yeah. Just like everybody else, reaching for the sky, soaking up the sun, trying not to fry. There was once a mighty oak whose canopies were huge, whose roots were rich in soul, whose skies were always blue. Just like everybody else, he dropped a tiny seed, an acorn in the ground. He thought that's all he'll ever need. But his shadow was so cold, he saw the seeds could hardly grow. He thought his seeds could never thrive. Oh, but little did he know. She coiled and climbed and grew her vines, grew stronger day and night. She stretched and flexed, she did her best, climbing to the lights. Just like everybody else, reaching for the sky, soaking up the sun, fighting for my life just like everybody else. You know what I mean? A little extra sun, a little extra green. Now the kid, she was no sap, she put a mark upon the map. She stretched herself out wide, she didn't take her father's crap. She loved life as an oak, she sang it all the time, until her daddy shouted, "You know that trunk is mine." And the shadow was so mighty, it seemed that she would never leave. With each new shoot she had of ivy, he found he couldn't breathe. So he packed his trunks and pulled his roots and headed for the sky. You left me all alone that day, Dad, what a fucking guy. Just like everybody else, reaching for the sky, soaking up the sun, fighting for my lights, just like everybody else. You know what I mean? A little extra sun, a little extra green. And the ivy was so shiny, just like diamonds, specifically diamonds. And the ivy loved her private chef and yachts out in the Med. And she knows her daddy's looking down from the stars. He's looking down from the stars. He's not dead, he just fucked off to Mars. And he left me with the scars of privilege. I've hardly lived and I've got so much more to give. Now I'm like everybody else, boring and unclean, face down in the mud, repulsive and obscene, just like everybody else. NPCs in someone else's scene. If I'm not the star of my own story, what does anything even mean? Just like everybody else. Thanks.
Just gonna move some Sept. Take it, it's free. Feels like it's getting smaller. Okay, fine. Cool. Yeah, let's do it. I've never been the kind of soul to do just what I'm told. When my mother would question me, I'd say, "You'll understand when you're old." My heart's young, a little cynical. I know it'll fetch a good price. If only I had one spare, one that I could keep on ice. Your legs will get strong, we'll dance in a dream. We'll pop the champagne with strawberries and cream. Mother's not herself again, she's wilting like a flower. And the queue of children just gets longer hour by hour. We all need that someone to be there when we're not. A hand to plant fresh seeds on the day we lose the plot. My brothers will unite, my sisters will be free. The sun and the grass with strawberries and cream. There's a taste in my mouth that I can't shake. All these long hot summer nights I find myself lying awake. I don't want the morning to come. If there's an open door I might run. over the hill and far away and find me a squirty cream gun. Your prayers will be answered, the night sky will gleam, the moon in our hands with strawberries and cream. I've always had a sweet tooth and a bitter memory to match. The shadows that stretch on the grass I can never seem to catch. I smell sugar on the mountain, or is it a dream where everything comes with strawberries and cream? Things will get better, imagine the scene, the summer and us with strawberries and cream. We'll sail paper boats down by the stream, the breeze and the leaves with strawberries and cream. It's all that we dream with strawberries and cream. It's all that we dream with strawberries and cream.
I don't know why I left this up here. I should have just taken it down there with me. Anyway, before our final song, a few quick thank yous. Firstly, to the stage door and all the staff here, thank you so very much. Our production partners, Mayflower Studios and Julianne here at the stage door. The rest of the ACJ team, Becky and Steph. And I guess, Teddy as well. It's just part of the team, Ted. You don't even get a... Yeah, I know. He's not. He's up there. He's right at the back. A big... no, the reason I don't mention Ted is because these thank yous are from him and I anyway. A big thank you to Glenn and the entire team at City Eye. One of the major benefits our writers get from these songs is a professionally recorded video of their songs. From these shows, is a professional recorded video of their songs. And they can use that for promo or pitching to producers. So to have them here recording everything is fantastic. Thank you very much, Glenn and the whole team. Huge, great big thank you to Reese on sound and lights. Our fantastic production assistant, Kirsty. And of course, our amazing band, George Story and Jonathan Ferguson. And our phenomenal stand-in MD, Mr. Sam Dando. Now please give it up for our incredible cast. Matthew Boyd, Charlotte Haines, Georgy Ray and Joey Warne. Laulani Ray, I'm sorry. I got it right. Georgy Laulani Ray, I'm kidding. And most importantly, the brilliant writers who have so graciously trusted us to perform their work tonight. Sarah Middleton, Eleanor Isherwood and Hannah Stone. Greg Lincoln, Amy Williams. Pickering and Roux. And Baroche. Now, I promised you a big announcement for our final show on November the 8th. For new musical theatre fans, which if you weren't before, you are now, so this will be one that you can't afford to miss. I am delighted to announce that co-curating our final show will be none other than Mr. Darren Clarke, the two-time Olivier Award-winning composer of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Darren is also the founder of New UK Musicals, which is a project developed to help get the work of new musical theatre writers into the hands of performers through providing a platform for their sheet music. If performers out there, if you haven't found that website yet, go find it. It's amazing. Darren will be bringing some of his work, as well, including Benjamin Button, as well as that of 3 writers from the New UK Musical stable to go alongside 3 brand new writers that we have found, or have found us. There will also be an opportunity for a bit of a Q&A with Darren, and I will do my best to probe him about his career highs and lows and his advice for new writers. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm a bit excited about that. So yes, do not miss it, November the 8th. Be here. Anyway, back to tonight. Please scan the QR codes and complete the survey. Right, it's the end. My name is Kevin Jones. Teddy's not here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Like I said, we will be back here on the 8th of November, and we might even get Teddy back for that one. Please do join us if you can. We certainly plan to be back next year again as well. So if you are a writer, and you can still get in touch with us to have your work showcased in 2026, please email us at showtime@acjproductions.co.uk. If you missed that, come and see me afterwards. I will tell you what it is. Finally, the bar will remain open up here tonight. Actually, I didn't check that, but I hope it will. After the show. So please do use the opportunity to do a bit of networking. Go and see those writers. They're all amazing. But for now, please welcome back the whole cast to sing Digging on Me from Call Me Mother Nature.
Right, how do we want to do this?
Oh,
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, they got to set up the stage a bit.
scared me with something.
Yeah, once we do that. This is fun. Watching people move set.
Okay.
No, new layout. Here we go. I knew these mountains back when they were small. Now we're in the valley, we both grown so tall. You're right up my alley, so give me a call. I'll give you my all. You think I'm a stranger, but listen to this. I knew you monkeys back when you were fish. You've grown into humans, and honey, you're a dish. Delish. 'Cause you're digging on me and I'm loving you. Now we're getting so deep and our love is true. 'Cause you're digging on me and I'm loving you. Now we're getting so deep and our love's true. You wore your levels back when we first started. Now look at your earrings, I see how they sparkle. La 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 la, look at your harvest. You were so great, I thought that we made it. Now I'm getting hot flushes and you seem frustrated. You think that it's helpless, but nothing is faded. It's not complicated. 'Cause you're digging on me, I'm loving you. Now we're getting so deep and our love is true. 'Cause you're digging on me and I'm loving you. And our love is so deep and our love is true. It's never too late to change. Remember, everything in my world is free. I know that you used to love me and you used to hug me, but you'll never get another valley girl like this again. And I really mean that, you know. Don't get me wrong, the last 900,000 years they've been fantastic, but the last 300 years, not so great. Not since your industrial revolution. You guys are so industrious. That's what I've always loved about you. Don't get me wrong, I love the loom, I love the shovel, but does everybody on planet Earth need a 6-litre V12 engine? Because you know who doesn't? Crocodiles. I don't see any koalas mining for diamonds. I might give them a go as the dominant species next time, much less needy for attention. This planet is a daycare centre. I can't make it all about you. And I don't want to break up. You see, it's just, I feel like I'm giving you a lot more than you're giving me. But come on, what do you say? You're mine.